Three. What's up, guys? Malik here, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing my over 20 trades on the Nasdaq 100 today. And I would really consider that over trading. Like, usually when I make so many trades, it turns out to be a losing day. Today was no different than the other days when I over traded. I probably came close to break even, but at the amount of trades that I took, like, I wouldn't even count that. Yes, I was up. I thought the market would have had a continuation after the reversal, but then it kind of just broke down after that, and that came right back down to my stop loss. However, I put my stop loss to in profit, so when it came back down, I was still able to take some money off the table, but because I took so much losses before, it only had me at close to break even, right? But we'll be reviewing the trades because the trade actually played well off of the zones. I could have traded them a bit better, but it's a learning process regardless, right? So the first trade was at 630. You see this by just minusing 3 from this number here. So the first trade was at 630. So let's look for the 630 candle here. So at 630, what did I do here? I entered to the sell side. Wow. I entered to the sell side at 630. I actually got knocked out. This would have been an amazing trade. An amazing trade to the downside. This caught the entire move. But why did I get stopped out? It's looking like the same candle wicked up and stopped me out. I had too tight a stop loss. That's the only thing that damaged me with this trade. But that was the perfect time to enter on the market today. But you see, we're having too tight a stop loss. I lost at $4.70, but that ended up costing me about $200 of money not taken off the table because my stop loss was just too tight. And that's just looking at the first trade from what I'm seeing. So I entered here to the downside, got stopped out within 4 minutes, right? The next trade, next candle over, was a buy side trade. So I actually went buy side bias for some reason. And I was looking for a bounce off of this zone, bounce off of the closing of the zone, and for you to come back up. So we're looking at this trade now. So at 15,080.6, and then I entered to the buy side. I got stopped out as it came down to the 715 candle. So the 715 candle, that was just a little bit below the zone. So as soon as it went below the zone, that's when my stop loss trigger came in, and I lost a total of 1220 on that trade, right? So the next trade now, and you can see I'm focusing on the zone, so I'm trying to either take it up from the zone or down from the zone, right? So the next trade now, I entered on the 715 candle to the buy side. So the 715 candle to the buy side at 15,069.8, right? So this is where I entered to the buy side again before I got stopped out on the 730 candle, and that was at 15,060. So I'm not really showing you a crazy amount of like what's causing me to enter the trade. However, you can see where my risk is at, and you can see my risk was $4, $12, $9, tight risk. So I'm not losing a lot on the trades, but when I actually make money, I can make money, and I'm going to actually be trying to employ this strategy a bit more. Just try to keep tighter stop losses. That's where I want to enter, unless it turns out to be a point where I start to lose a lot of small trades, because they can certainly add up and it messes with your psychology as well. So the next trade, I entered on the 8 o'clock candle. So the 8 o'clock candle, I entered at 15,506.7. entered to the buy side. I was just expecting a reversal and for it to come back up into the zone. But for the entire day, it was just a move down, entire day on the market. So I entered this one at 8:05 and then I got stopped out on the same candle on that 8:11 candle at 15,047.3, and that was a total loss of 940. And we're just going through these because, as you can see, I took a lot of losses today. But it's a great documentation of like what I'm doing, and it's going to be up on YouTube literally forever. So can you imagine when I'm like rich and just became a highly consistent and profitable trader, like to look back at these videos and see, oh, that's where I was messed up. So I enjoy creating these videos because I'm sure that they will be able to be reviewed upon when the time comes. So this trade I entered at 15,047.75, and then I got stopped out on the 8:15 candle, which is here at 15,038.8 for a total loss of 885, right? So it's like I was just stepping down with the market. I'm just entering buys. I remember yesterday I talked about probably only entering trades to the buy side. This was definitely not the day to do that because the market just kept pushing to the downside, right? So the next trade was also a buy side trade. Entered to the upside again on the 8:15. On the 8:15, I entered to the upside here, and then I got stopped out. Same 8:15 candle at 15,038. 15,038. Awesome. So I was just keep trying to bite and try to get a reversal back into the zone and then for it to push above the zone. But that still did not work at all, right? So the next trade, again, I entered on this 8:15 candle. So this candle was just destroying me for the entire day, to be honest. And I actually went a little heavy on this position with a 0.2, but I was still able to manage the risk and just come up with a total loss of 15, right? So I entered this one at 15,040.15 in 0.15, and then I actually got stopped out within a minute on this candle at 15,032.65. And this is the, all of these are on the 8:15 here. So you see I entered at 15,040 right here, and then I got stopped out at 15,032.65. Total loss of 15 there, despite it being a 0.2 lot. So that's pretty good. That means that it only moved 7 pips. So it moved 7 pips or 7.5. And that's what netted me a total loss of 15. So the next trade now was a buy side trade. So I entered another buy side trade, same 8:15 candle at 15,039. 15,039.5. And then I actually got stopped out on the 8:30 candle here, which was at 15,028.3. And there's a loss of 22, right? And then the next trade now was at 8:30. This is like a bad example of just like how to trade, because just the amount of trades and not stopping, this is definitely like what not to do. I might just label it how not to trade for this specific video, because just looking at these trades, I wouldn't say they were very calculated. I mean, the risk was on point. However, the psychology really got away from me when I started to hit upwards of 10 trades. Like, you know it for sure. So I entered this one to the buy side here, got stopped out on the same candle for a total loss of 25.75. So I entered to the buy side around the top of the candle where it looked like it was about to break above. Didn't break above, it just broke back down, knocked me out for 25.75 loss, right? So I have another buy trade here on the 8:30 candle, and I was at 15.040, 15.040.9. Right, so that's on the 8:30 again, 15.040.9, and then I got stopped out on the 9 o'clock candle here. So we had a breakdown on the 9 o'clock candle, and honestly this candle scared me because I was entering to the upside and I'm like, there's no way the market is gonna push down. 9:30 hit, you had a push down, and then you just had a basically a toilet flush in the market, right? So that was a loss of 21.45 on the market. So you see, I basically stacked up a lot of losses there. Like, it was just all buy side trades when the entire day was just sell side, sell side. So I find that very interesting how I wasn't able to just make that switch, but having the bias can really affect how you trade. 023.1, and then I entered this one to the buy side again, and then I got stopped out on the 9:45 candle at 15.005.9 for a total loss of 17.20. So it just kept breaking down, right? So I entered to the buy side again at 10:04. So let's go to the 10:04 candle. So that's this candle, and then I entered at 14.932, 14.932 flat, and then we have another entry here on the same candle at 14.933.5. So basically I have both of the entries here, and then my stop loss, let's see, if I'm entering to the buy side here, my stop loss would be closer to into the zone. And where did it hit the zone? Probably this candle. And let's see if that's where I got stopped out on both trades. Yes, I got stopped out on the 10:40 candle. Both trades at 14.907.7. One was a loss of 24.30 and one was a loss of 25.80. So both of these trades were entered here to the buy side. Had my stop loss just a little bit below the zone, but then as the market pushed down, it came and cleared out both of my stop losses at $24 loss on one and $25 loss on the other. So the next trade now, we're looking at a 10:45 candle. So we're going for a 10:45 candle. So on the 10:45 candle, I entered at 14.890.2, and I think I hit the stop loss at on the 11 o'clock candle. So I entered to the buy side there. Let's find that 11 o'clock candle, and that was at 14.866. So I entered to the buy side here at 14.890.2, and then I got stopped out at 14.866 for a total loss of 24.20, right? So you can see so many trades happen today. So many trades, man. So many trades. So the next trade here was at 10 on the 10:45 candle. So that was this one. and then I entered that at 14,887.7, right? And then I got stopped out on the same 11 o'clock candle, and that was at 14,859.9. 59.9. So I entered to the buy side here, had my stop loss here, closer to the other zone, and then I basically got hit out at my stop loss for a total loss of 55.60. And then we have this trade now. So we are coming into the zone here, and I'm like, okay. If we're coming into the zone, they're probably gonna try and fake you out, which they definitely did fake me out with this trade, because it came and hit me out rather quickly. But then I was able to enter again, and that was what reaped me some profits today. So I entered here to the buy side, and it just took the candle next over to kind of wick down, and that's what hit me out at my stop loss. And you can see that wick came right down and just basically tapped me out of this trade, you know. So I entered here to the buy side. The next candle came and knocked me out for a total loss of 18.30. But then these candles now, I entered, let's see what happened. I entered to the buy side on the 11 o'clock candle, this one, buy side here at 14,853.1. Then I actually closed it on the, or I got stopped out on the 3 o'clock candle. Let's see, the 3 o'clock candle here, that's at 14,932.9, and that was a total profit of 79.80. Around here we had much greater profits, well, naturally, but just to see what happens here, like what the market breakdown looks like, because I really should be taking it as soon as I see like two fucker candles. I should just be out, really, because it's obviously not continuing the trend. So I need to just get out if I'm not seeing continuation candles, because even looking at this move to the downside, you had just straight red. You had two little green candles, but that wasn't enough to change the entire dynamic of what was going on. So the next trade now was on the 15. So on the 11:15 candle here, entered at 14,863.8, and then I got stopped out at the same place, and that was a total profit of 69.10. So you can see I got stopped out there too. You see it here, 69.10 was for that. And then I entered another trade, larger position here, because I felt super convicted about the position. So I went double the size, so double the losses, and also double the profits. And that's what netted me. Did I already do this? So we already did that one. So it was a total profit of 69.10. Then this one I entered at 14,864.6. And then I got stopped out same place for a total profit of 136.60. And then the last trade was just me trying to see if there's any continuation in the cards. So I entered here at 315. I kind of had my stop loss within the zone, hoping that it would have had a strong rejection off of the zone. However, we had no rejection. We just had a straight, thought it flushed down. And then actually got stopped out at the 315 at 14,940 flat. for a total loss of 755. So let's see what happened. I entered 14,955, and then this one I got stopped out at 14,940. So this was a total loss of 755. So let's also look at these trades. What's matching up here? I want to see what's matching up here. I mean, bearish sentiment, ultimate bearish sentiment. Let's even look at here, ultimate bullish sentiment. Ah, and then this one is like double. Okay, okay. And then you have this. Okay, that's awesome. Just to look at how the market is moving to see if I can use the MACD to kind of see when the trend is continuing, see when it is dying. But that's all for today's video. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Hope you enjoy this. This is a video called How Not to Trade by Malik, because I know I messed up today, but I'm still the best. I'm getting there. But I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye bye. Bye bye.